Hey everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another board game playthrough. We are doing Legendary, a Marvel deck building game. If you've been watching for a little bit, you know I started this and then I had camera problems. So, we're starting over. Finally got some compatible batteries for my camera, and we are going to go into this again. Just gonna go over it all again because it's a whole new series, and I've hidden the other video because, well, it's useless on its own. So, I'm not going to go over how the game plays in general, because it's been out for many years, and there's lots of things out there showing you how to play. It's fairly straightforward, anyway. What we will be doing for this, though, is rather than a random setup, or one I just came up with myself, there's a fellow... Oh, I forgot my notes. Right, there's a fellow on Board Game Geek named Gregory Baker who has put together a fairly massive file of scenarios based on actual events in the Marvel Universe. This goes on for like almost 100 pages of the PDF. What we are going to be doing today is, where did it go, right? The Coming of Galactus, based on Fantastic Four Volume 1, Number 50, actually 48 through 50. It was a three-part story, but 50 was the culmination. We're going to set it up with, it was Galactus' first appearance. Silver Surfer comes along, says, "Hey, Galactus is going to eat your planet. Sorry." Everybody fights back. So the scheme is flood the planet with melted glaciers. That's just your general planet-destroying thing, scenario. The mastermind, unsurprisingly, is Galactus. The villains will be the Heralds of Galactus, and he's dragged the Skrulls along. The henchmen for the setup are the Doombot Legion, because they're just everywhere being pests, generally, at this point in the Marvel Universe. And our heroes are going to be the all four members of the Fantastic Four, plus the Silver Surfer. So let's go over let's go over the setup a little bit. Let's look at that scheme. Flood the planet with melted glaciers. So for the setup, we've got 8 twists in the villain deck. Right there. When a scheme twist shows up, stack that twist next to the scheme as rising waters. Then KO each hero from the HQ whose cost is less to or equal than the number of rising waters in the stack. And evil wins when 20 non-gray heroes are KO'd. Non-gray heroes are basically any hero that isn't a shield agent, a shield trooper, or a shield officer. So yeah, you can see how that could escalate pretty quickly. We will also be fighting Galactus. We'll go over Cosmic Threat in a second. Always leads Heralds of Galactus, unsurprisingly. Master Strike. Destroy the city space closest to Galactus. Any villain there escapes. Put this Master Strike there. And Galactus wins, not just by doing that. He can also win if he destroys the city. So if all 5 Master Strikes fill up that city, we got 2 ways of losing. The Cosmic Threat keyword, it's from the Fantastic Four expansion. Cosmic Threat, and it's got a hero type. That means once per turn for each hero type card you reveal, this enemy gets -3 fight. For Galactus, you choose one of those hero types, and for each of those you reveal he gets -3, which we're going to need because he would be 20 otherwise. Blech. Also in the deck are, of course, a couple of bystanders, as is standard for a two-handed game. The villains and the master strikes and the scheme twists. Okay, we're going to have a quick look at what is available for purchase in the HQ. We have It Started on Yancey Street Thing. Say 3 cost, Yancey Street is Thing's turf. Trespass at your own risk. He's got 2 purchasing power. If you play him after another Fantastic Four, get an extra 2. Epic Destiny Silver Surfer. He costs 4. He gives you 2 purchasing. He can focus. Focus is something new on, well, it's not a new set, but it was new for the Fantastic Four set. Yeah, basically you can spend your buying power to achieve one of these effects. So if I had 6 spending power in my hand, I could spend it all to instead defeat a villain of 5 or 6 fight, and you can stack those if you actually have enough spending power. Master, Galactus had been my master. You are but a flea. He was always very dramatic. Another thing, Crime Stopper thing. Costs 6, has an attack of 4. Whenever you defeat a villain in the bank this turn, rescue a bystander, and he can spend 1 to focus and move a villain to an adjacent city space. If another villain is already there, swap them. And we have Disappearing Act Invisible Woman. It costs 4, gives you 2 spending, but you can focus 2 spending to KO a card from your hand or discard pile. Now you see it, now you don't. And finally, another Silver Surfer, the Power Cosmic Silver Surfer. He's got, right, he costs 6, gives you 3 spending. If you can focus 9 spending power, you get 9 attack. That's good if we can get a whole bunch of stars in our hand. As a herald, Surfer selected many planets for the Devourer of Worlds until Earth taught him compassion. Because comic books. Alright, we'll just deal a couple of hands for our players. Yes, we will be doing a 2-player, 2-handed. Right, I put the bystanders face down because, I don't know if, I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this or not, because there's all the extra different types of bystanders from all the other expansions mixed in there. Just leave it as a bit more of a surprise if one of the non-standard ones turn up. Alright, we'll deal some cards and get going with player 1. Okay, player 1 is going to reveal, oh good. Right away! Scheme twist. Wonderful. Nothing's going to happen though, because that's only a rising water level of 1. And there are, is that visible there? Not so much. Let's pile them up there. There's our rising waters. Because there's nothing in the HQ that costs 1 or less. So we are going to check our hand. We got 1 attack, which of course is not going to do us any good. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purchasing power. We can only get 1 card out of all this. What shall we get? Let's grab the Epic Destiny Silver Surfer. Gonna purchase that. Gonna get replaced by 1 gigantic hand Mr. Fantastic. One of my favorites. Most of my career is thinking. Then there's this. He costs 5. He does 1 damage who's got 1 fight by default. If you chain him after another Fantastic Four team member, you get +1 fight for each remaining card in hand. So you want to play him early, if you can, but not too early, because he's got to be after Fantastic Four. All right, we will, yes, and then we'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the next hand. On to player 2. Okay, player 2. Oh, for God's sake, I shuffled these cards. I really did. This is not a good start. But nothing gets KO'd, so there's that anyway. I shuffled like crazy as well. I shuffled in little piles, and then I shuffled them all into big piles, and anyway. We got 2 fight. I'll use, and 4 recruit. Well, let's get the Disappearing Act. Invisible Woman, which gets replaced by a Silver Surfer, Warp Speed. Silver Surfer, engage. Wait a minute. That's the wrong franchise. It costs 3. It's got 2 recruit, which you can focus to draw a card. All right. Back to player 1. Okay, back to player 1. What is it? Okay, it's not another scheme twist. We got the Skrull Queen, Veronica? Veronk, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Ambush effect. Put the highest cost hero from the HQ under this villain. This villain's fight is equal to that hero's cost. And when you fight them, you gain that hero. Okay, highest, we've got a couple of options. We've got Crime Stopper Thing, Power Cosmic, Surfer. Well, let's go with the Surfer. I don't know if one is really better than the other. That gets replaced by, whoops, another Disappearing Act, Invisible Woman, which we've seen. Alright, so what have we got in our hand? Not enough to fight the Skrull Queen, that's for sure. Yeah, we've only got 3 fight. That's not going to do us any good. And we have 3 spending. Yeah, okay, let's grab the Warp Speed Silver Surfer, which is replaced by, oh, our first Human Torch, Call for Backup. 3 cost, has 2 recruit. You may KO a wound from your hand or discard pile. If you do, get an extra recruit. Fantastic Four has access to all sorts of communications. Johnny prefers his own methods, because Johnny's a show-off. Okay, over to player 2. Alright, what have we got for player 2? Pybok, the Power Skrull. Oh, he's got 8. When you fight him, choose a hero in the HQ for each player. Each player gains that hero, so you get a pretty good effect for fighting him, but it's going to take a while for us to fight him. Yes, and player 2 has just 2 fight cards. That won't help. And we've got 4. Let's see. Yeah, okay, let's grab the other Invisible Woman, replaced by Twisting Equations, Mr. Fantastic. I consider the laws of physics more like guidelines. It costs 3, 2 recruit, which can be focused. Well, any 2 recruit can be focused. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, draw an extra card. That would be good. Okay, right, gonna shuffle that, get a new hand, and over to player 1. Okay, yeah, I think we'll just do one more round here, and then call it an episode. So, back to player 1. What do we get? Oh, Master Strike. Which means the bridge is out of commission. Nothing escaped anyway. But yeah, this hasn't been a good start. The whole thing. We've got 1, 2, 3 fight. That's not even going to be close to anything. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 recruitment points. We could spend 2 to draw another card. We don't have enough good cards built up yet, so I think we're just going to spend it all. We don't have enough to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if we had one more recruit, we could focus 6 and defeat a villain of a 5 or 6, which means we'd be able to take out the Skrull Queen. But alas, that's not how things are. So instead, we're going to just spend the 5 recruitment points. Well, let's go ahead and get the one gigantic hand, Mr. Fantastic. Also got to make sure we pick up another, well, we will get another Fantastic Four card at some point if we don't already have one. Because that's literally most of the cards. Alright, I'm going to replace that with Hothead Human Torch. He costs 4. He gives us 4 fight, but we have to gain a wound when using it. I guess he's overexerting himself. I like to know my limits so I can break them. Because Johnny is cocky. So we'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, don't need to reshuffle. And one last go with player 2. Alright. And, okay, a villain. We have one of Galactus's heralds, Stardust. Cosmic Threat. So if we can reveal some hero cards of that class, we can reduce his 10 by 3 for each one. When fighting him, choose one of those heroes, if we have one. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, add that hero to your hand as a 7th card. Well, okay, that would be nice. When you are converted to pure energy, you will know no pain. Alright, so he's going to move into the sewers, pushing the others down. We are, well, we do have the right type of hero, but only 1 card. Knock it down to 7. Not even close, because we have a whopping 1 fight. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we've got 6 recruit, which means, yeah, we can get this nice, strong Crime Stopper thing with with a fight value of 4. That will be good to get going. And it's replaced by the Warp Speed Silver Surfer, which we have seen. We just draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. New hand. Player 2. And we'll leave it at that for now. Let's see how long this episode ends up. And we'll see what awaits us next time. We're not off to a great start. We've already got a Master Strike and 2 Scheme Twists. The waters are rising. Yeah, if we get it, if we were to get a Scheme Twist on the next card, we'd lose 1, 2, 3, 4 heroes would get KO'd, and we'd be well on our way to losing. Well, we'll see what that next card is next time. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time for yet another round of Legendary, a Marvel deck building game. So long.